I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Headphones. Try that one.
Can
How about now?
you hear me?
I can.
Yes?
Yes.
Cool. Well, we're live.
Are we?
Yes, I've got very limited time here, but
Very
I couldn't say no.
limited
I
time.
couldn't say no to you.
Very limited time.
Can you sing Round and Round to me? I love that one.
I don't know that song.
Oh,
Like when I wrote it, I didn't actually learn it. Those are demos. So I just wrote it that day, and I was like, I don't know.
it's very cool. Very cool. Still my favorite. Still my favorite.
I don't know what it.
You remember the melody?
No,
Go listen to it. Go listen to it.
I don't remember.
Do you remember the psychedelic suicidal carrot or whatever it was?
I think that was it.
Cool. So you got the full on homage to D. Ross Bummer Sloponetics.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
that was from back in the day.
So how's it going, Matt? Did you watch my interview of Michael's husband, Chris?
Yeah.
What'd you
I mean, it was okay. You know.
think? You're always the diplomat.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with people. But you gotta think like you're talking to a current astronomer, and
His livelihood.
if they open their mind even to that, it's like nope, discredit it right then and there. You know. So it makes sense, kinda, sorta.
So, any final words?
I do.
We're still gonna be friends. We're still gonna keep in touch.
No, we're not. I think this is the end.
Oh no,
This is the end.
I'm gonna be remixing some of your music. Hey, our friend Michael's in the live chat. Michael Shelby Superlack.
Hey, Michael.
That was a fun one with Michael yesterday.
It always is.
I picked her brain about art at the end of all that cool religious talk, which is very cool.
And happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
She's calling us babe. She says we're beautiful. So we're happily married, though, so I don't know if she knows
She's not interested. We're more like family.
that. Ah, she said David was nice to me. I'm always nice. I thought I was nice.
Fundamentas of Kakulek Udair Dogolog.
So, yeah, I'm gonna remix some of your tunes, especially Round and
Oh, thank
Round.
you.
Especially
Thank you
Round
so
and
much.
Round. You like when people do that.
I would appreciate
You
that.
sent me a link when someone did a cover of one of your tunes there.
Oh, yeah. It's
I know you
fun.
like it. I know you like it. It might be a little bit edgier though. This
I forget how it goes. I think it's A, yeah? No. Everyone
Oh,
knows.
oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah,
remember it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. You got it. You got it. You're just teasing me, aren't you? You know it.
No, I don't know it. But like, just because you mentioned it, I know. Like,
Hello.
okay, we're like, na, 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 na.
Round and round. You can just mumble. I don't care. Just mumble it. It's the melody that I love.
Fast to the ground. But I thought that was like a good, like, when like, I don't know if you've ever been in the situation where like you're about to hit the pavement, and yet you feel the pavement before you hit the pavement?
No.
Well, like
You fall?
so like if you like one day, I mean, as a kid, I was in this huge a slide, right? A metal slide. It went like this, and I was just gonna sit down on it, and I went all the way up, and it lifted me up and hit, and so it knocked the breath out of me.
Oh, yeah.
But before it even hit, the anticipation of the hit was there. Do you know what I mean?
That's worse than the actual hit.
No, they're both bad, but but like that's that line, like falling fast to the ground, but there's too much going round and round my mind. Seems to recall the details of it all. I can feel it now, but I haven't touched it now. That's the.
I got chill. I got chilled. My hair standing on. I love that. I love it. I don't know why I love it. Do other people love that
Because,
one?
I mean, or have you ever like been hit by a baseball bat? Like
No,
like you feel it before it
not
hits
yet.
you.
Not
It's okay. Maybe we'll meet each other one day.
yet. Hello. That's quite an introduction. Yeah. So my wife got me a baseball glove because she really wants me to
Well,
start playing baseball. Like she's like, we gotta.
baseball's the best. That's my favorite
I've never
sport
played,
of
but
all
it
time.
seems it's a fun one to watch. I like watching it.
Yeah, it's my all-time favorite sport of any sport.
I saw an expo game here in Montreal. Montreal Expo.
Really? When? Like 19?
80s.
Yeah, because they're not there anymore.
Yeah, neither the Nordiques. I like the Nordiques.
Is Toronto Blue? Yeah, Toronto's still there. Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah. Hey, our friend Daniel Drazinovich is
Oh, that dude. He's so sick.
Why?
I
Are you
don't know.
joking?
I'm just joking,
You just joking.
obviously. Tell us about sex magic.
Oh, you really got me in hot water the other day. Holy cow, when that girl was telling her story about sexual abuse and you I was cracking up. Did you see her face when I was explaining? Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't be laughing right now. This is part of
I
the
think she
reason.
understood. I mean, she's a Massachusetts girl, so
Huh?
right?
What?
She's a Massachusetts girl,
Oh, a Massachusetts girl. Yeah.
so she probably gets that dark humor more than other people would. But I was gonna write like back because you're like, oh, I molested Dave 3 months ago, and now he's rape blind. And then I was gonna say like, it's not rape if you want it, Dave. But I didn't have my phone, so I was like, yeah, whatever.
Is that a real term? Rape blind? Is that something you made up?
Well, because people like, people who have pets,
Yeah, yeah.
like you see these commercials, like, have you become nose blind to your pets? So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I decided to go with rape blind.
Okay, so you coined that.
I don't know. Someone probably did before me. I don't know.
My
I
wires
don't
caught in my
claim
wheel.
anything.
My wire was caught in my wheel of my office
Oh
chair.
my goodness.
First world
That-
problems.
That's a great album title.
Yeah. So, I don't know what you want to talk about, but I'm really excited.
I thought you were leaving forever now.
I am. I am. That's what I'm excited about. I'm very
That's
excited
nice.
about that. Turn the page because I'm really. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm getting a little bit annoyed and fed up with.
Annoyed and fed up. That's my
I'm
life.
annoyed and fed up with discussing religion with people. So
You're done.
I'm done. I've done it since 2016, and the thing that really spoiled it for me was, no offense to Podmatch, but Podmatch, like they just, I just got a lot of people like lined up for months ahead. Like 100 people waiting for me to interview them, and that That's the major turnoff. It's like when I was chasing after guests, like trying to hunt down guests, that was fun. And when I had to line up with people, like,
Now you have too many guests.
yeah, and it's an instant turnoff for me. It's just like I'm done. It's like,
The chase is over.
yeah, I like the chase. I like the chase. That's why I like you. I got to chase you down.
Even though you complained about the chase every step of the way.
Did I?
Yeah, in your
I
in your
did.
past videos,
I did.
you're like,
Back when I
why
used to
is it
say.
so hard to get people? You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I
Those are the good
watched
old
it.
days. Those are the good old days, man.
Now you don't have to chase anyone. You're like, screw this. I'm out of
Yeah.
here.
That's the psychology
Will
of
your
dating.
husband talk to me?
My husband?
Your wife? Your husband? Will he talk to me? Like, can I get someone to talk to me? Anybody talk to me? Now you got like lines of people waiting to talk to you. Like, I'm done with it. This isn't great.
Yeah. It's just the way it goes, just the way it goes. But I'm also genuinely excited. Partly it's your fault because you got me excited about music. When I
I
listen
hate music.
when I listen to your stuff, not that I like all of it, but it got me excited. And
Not that I like all of it. They're just ideas.
no, but you have some proper music
Oh, let me tell you about my.
On Bandcamp, like those different projects you
Oh
were part
yeah,
of.
whatever.
No,
But the band I was in, my first band was Headless Elephant, and I had this great concept for for a band. I'm like, we're going to we're going to keep the name of the album, but change the name of the band. You know. So like our first album was Headless Elephant, band name,
ah,
and
there's no
the
album.
title was "Where's My Trunk."
Okay.
Headless Elephant, Where's My Trunk? The next album is gonna be like Headless Porcupine, and the name of the album's Where's My Trunk? The third
I see.
album,
I see.
Headless Horseman, name of the album Where's My Suitcase? Like just keep
Cool.
and then like the fourth album, Headless Elephant, self-entitled. So like we went through all these albums that were just, you know.
Hey, I can't believe our mutual friend Jeremy Bannister's here. That's very cool.
Hey Jeremias.
And someone called Azul Laza. I'm only here because someone is pointing me a gun to my head to come here and tell me that Phil is missing from a certain group chat, and also the Dementors and Hoyt.
That makes a lot of
And
sense.
someone named Mahjong is here. I've never played Mahjong, but it looks interesting. Phil's
So
thoughts
what?
on avoiding Babylon. Phil's thoughts on avoiding Babylon. And my friend Nicola Krisick is here. All my friends are here.
Nicola. I'm only 33% of him.
I'm the other 66.6%.
No, you're only 33 too because he has.
He contributes a third.
No, there's a. Who's our guy? Pycrest.
Jeremiah Bannister says your music hits so good.
It's so good, it's wrong.
Round is the best. Round and round. I'm gonna keep promoting that. I'm gonna do a remix of that because I love it so much.
You like the horns. That's what you like.
Oh, there's that little delicate synth in the background. I love that. I love that. Was that you?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
No, like most of those demos.
Yeah.
I was using
tiny keyboard like this big.
No. I was using my actual keyboard.
On your keyboard.
Yeah. And I was doing Able. What was it called? Able something.
Ableton Live.
Yeah, Ableton. And they had like these you could do horns, you could do that, but like the response to each key was a delay. So like when you hit it and then it would go. So that's why there was like a lot of things where I wanted to do like a rapid thing and you couldn't do it. So I'm like, okay, so how can I make this work with a dun, 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 dun. But it's like it's almost like a second behind, but it's great.
Syncopated. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, that was okay. I learned to like even like when I did the virtual sitar on the songs.
Uh,
I maybe you haven't listened to all of it, but like even that's like you can hear like me like going don't like go do the sound because like hitting it. I mean, they're demos. That's the thing. They're not for like.
public consumption.
Maybe they are. Maybe it's even better than
It's the best
something
stuff.
you do in a studio.
It's by far the best about all, all the stuff you sent me. I love that the demos are the best. That's the best.
Yeah, the demos because they're so
Raw.
raw and kind of pure to the what was going on, and like
What
I
year
wrote
was
the
that?
song. 2011 or 12.
Okay.
But like I during when I was with Headless Elephant in the early 90s, I would write 110 songs every month, and I would just send it, to my bandmates, and as you can see, I get very obsessed. As like even like watching all your podcasts, I had to watch all of them. I don't know why that is. Like I just have this like tendency to.
You're obsessed.
Yeah.
I like that. I wish everyone was like that.
And I like
I'd have so many views and so many likes. You know what I mean? Does Phil like freestyle jazz during a Bible study on the Book of Romans?
Why not?
Okay, why not?
If it's good. If it sucks, no.
Phil with an E. Oh, Jeremiah says Phil with an E is a true creative, so he has to get out of the hellscape every now and again. It's how he stays so balanced, how he stays so focused. Oh, I didn't know you were balanced and focused.
I didn't know that.
In Jeremiah's world, in his topsy-turvy world, you're balanced.
I don't think he's balanced.
It's all relative. It's all.
He's like, he's almost sane.
Michael Shelby Superlak has a good comment. She says 700 underline 700 underline. I don't know what that means.
But like and I don't have a copy of any of this music, by the way, because like I'm one of those who like I do things and I throw it away. Like I don't want to deal with it anymore. So a lot of my bandmates, they're like they'll shoot me stuff I did. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Who is that? It's like that's you. I'm like, oh, really? But I would do like 110 songs a month.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, from 1997 to it had to be like 2000, either 14 or 16, somewhere in there, where I would just write the alphabet down. And I would assign a name to the song through the dictionary, and then I would write lyrics to that name that I assigned, like just like a 4-part lyric, and then I'd write a song to it. And I used to have like dice and cards that I would like determine like is this a minor or a major? Are we what key is it going to be in? Just by playing solitaire.
When's the last time you composed? When's the last time you composed and recorded something?
Every day I pick up the guitar and do something, but I don't record it anymore like I used to. Because why would you? It's everything's dumb. The whole thing. Everything is nothing basic. I don't care.
Whatever. Trademark Phil Gonzalez. Whatever. Trademark Phil Gonzalez. Jeremiah says, I don't know if he's talking about me or you or himself or who, but he says autism is a hell of a drug.
I don't think I'm autistic. Maybe I am. I don't think so.
I think we've had this conversation.
Are you?
Although I think I asked you and you said no, but I'm not sure.
I don't think I am. He must be talking about you.
Do you think it's a good idea to give Dunkin' Donut gift cards to the homeless?
No. This is like a big, like even the guy you had on before you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like there's this Puritan way of
yeah. That's what you
thinking,
said. That's what you said. Yeah. But it's cool. It's
and
exciting, isn't it?
no, I hate it. I
Oh,
hate the Puritan way of thinking. Like if I have money in my pocket and someone's asking me for food, or just money, I
yeah,
need money.
yeah.
I'll give them the money.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't
I don't
question
like.
what are you going to
I
spend it
don't.
on.
I
I
don't
don't
go like,
micromanage them.
oh, I really want you to spend it on this restaurant, or I want you to spend it for this or that or the other thing. It's like
I
that's
just
not my
give them
risk.
money. I just give
Look,
them money.
God gave me the responsibility that if I have it, to give it, not to determine where you spend it. Like,
Don't
you know
hew
what I
the
mean?
stone. Don't hew the stone.
Yeah. Oh, he had no answer. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He had no answer. And yet,
It was a long answer, but it was no answer.
and yet there were actually people who were against. There were Jews at the time that called it the temple cult because they didn't believe in the temple because they hewed stones. And Solomon's like, well, I didn't hew stones in the sound of Mount Zion, where God dwells. You know, but that always rubbed me wrong too. But at the same time, what do we have the prophets say? Well, the cloud enveloped the temple, and how can you deny, the approval of God at that point? But at the same time, it was like, this doesn't seem right. a lot of trads today, right? Like it doesn't seem right, but God's approving it. What are we going to do? And then Jesus, when he came down, was he like, oh no, it all went wrong at the time of Solomon? Like, nope, he didn't say that at all. You know, so
Because Jesus was a capitalist. So.
yeah, yeah, that's absolutely the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Is that a Puritan talking point, or?
I mean, it fit in, but they're like everything must be in a box. If I give to the poor, they must use it for the virtuous thing rather than the other thing. Like that's their whole thinking. They take away free choice. You know, it's sort of like, am I going to raise my kids to the point where I am tyrannical above them, and that they must do what I say and everything? No, because God doesn't treat me that way. Why should I treat my kids this way? Yet this is the traditional way to raise your children in the trad way. You know, they don't. I will homeschool them before I let them, be involved with the people around the world. It's like this isn't. Yeah, it doesn't seem right to me, but maybe they are right. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you for that.
like I wouldn't put my kids in a private school. I want them to be in the public. I want them to live and know what it is to be with people. You know, it's almost like this protectionism. Protect, 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 protect. It's like, oh, great. So when they turn 18, they're just gonna fly, and do their own thing. That's fine, whatever. I mean, what would you? I mean, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, which is probably more strict than anybody. But then at the same time, it's like I had like the most, you know, I went to extremes. Whereas if I was just grown up natural and, oh yeah, that's the way these people are. This is the way I am. This is, I might have actually had more of a stable way of doing things. But maybe I'm wrong too. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Every human is different, the way they deal with things. They could be brought up in the most ideal family and then they become the worst sinners. They could be brought up with the worst sinners around them and they become the greatest saints. Every human is different in that way.
Yeah, I tend to value freedom, choice.
Yeah, because that's what God gave us. So it's hard not to value it.
I rebel against control, manipulation, and
Yeah, I hate it.
especially from those who are supposed to love me the most. I guess like that's the worst. Anyway, it's one thing if the government's doing it, it's like okay, they're a bunch of bunch of a-holes, and they don't care about me. But when someone who's supposed to care about you is trying to control you and manipulate you, it's like, whoa, that's bad. David, can you ask my cue? Mahjong's asking, can I ask your cue? So I got to go back and look. What does Phil think about the movie Cabrini? The title of it. What should have been called? Saint Cabrini. Or does someone have a next door neighbor called?
I haven't watched it, but
what about the title? Do you think the title is irreverent?
I saw, like, I heard it, like I was listening to EWTN on the radio, and they were interviewing the director, and it seems like every turn of from act to act, he was explicitly calling her a saint. Like he was always putting a halo in her. Like that, I didn't see it, but this is what he was saying. So to me, it's like, yeah, I mean, it seems respectful enough to me, but I haven't watched it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it just because it's not my kind of thing I like to watch.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm never gonna watch it. To me, it's all just. It's to me, it's like a pudding. It's just mush.
I cringe. I just cringe. I cringe when I watch any historical fiction. It's just like, no. Especially if it's about a Catholic or about a saint. It's like, oh no, please don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, because they're gonna get things wrong.
Ugh.
Or they're gonna they're gonna take things that are like small and they're gonna make them great.
Well, and I feel manipulated. I always feel manipulated. They got the
stupid... I hate manipulation. Yes.
The stupid orchestra swelling and my emotions are swelling. It's like, shut up. Turn it off. Just click.
I was watching Jesus of Nazareth, and I'm sitting there and I'm sobbing. And it just came to me. It's like you're being manipulated. Like when I read the Gospels, I'm not sitting there sobbing. And that's a beautiful thing to think about the Scriptures. They don't manipulate your feelings.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It's the most. It's like, wait, why am I letting this thing, like inside, like turn my heart? This is a movie, and yet when I read the same gospel, I don't feel that way.
Right. Yeah. I prefer the crisp.
Not to say that you don't, like in meditation, like when you're going through the rosary or something, you're like all of a sudden you become, during the the crucifixion or the carrying of the cross, you may weep because you yourself are meditating on it, as opposed to someone else making you manipulated to have those feelings. I don't like that.
Exactly.
One time we were doing because I have this way of doing Jesus carrying the cross, where I go through the stations of the cross with each bead, and so I'm doing it publicly, and there's this really nice old lady that I say it with. I kneel next to. And she's like, "What is wrong with you? What's wrong?" I'm like, "No, I'm just thinking about, our Lord carrying the cross." And she's like, "Oh, I thought there was something wrong at home."
Yeah. So,
that's a different way than like just being manipulated by someone outside, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I can't wait to continue the friendship with you, but I really have to go into the kitchen and finish the jigsaw puzzle and make chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy. And what's this? Your background changed. We're gonna keep in touch. We're gonna be best friends forever, but I'm gonna take a break from the podcast. So I have to abruptly end it here. Any final thoughts? I love you, and I'm gonna cherish our friendship. What are you doing?
Bye, Phil. Love you.